Are you a fan of intriguing detective stories? Well, it's time to put yourself to the test. While we're all familiar with typical IQ tests that assess intellectual levels, there's more than one way to challenge yourself. We've uncovered 7 mysterious riddles that will not only entertain, but also sharpen your detective skills. Are you feeling brave enough to solve them? Let's dive in and test your detective skills. After each riddle, you'll have 10 seconds to crack the code. Here we go, starting with number 1. 2 pills. A serial killer had a particular practice going. He kidnapped people and made them take one of 2 pills. One was harmless, the other was poisonous. Whichever pill a victim took, the serial killer took the other one. Then, the scheme repeated itself continuously. Victims took their pills with water and died. The killer repeatedly survived. How did he always get the harmless pill? Good luck, your time has started. Halfway there. Tricking people. The poison was in the glass of water his victims drank, not in the pill. Oh, that stinks. So unfair. All right, number 2. A necklace that was taken. The police arrived at Ms. Johnson's home. She reported that her vintage jewelry was missing. They didn't notice any indications of a break-in, broken locks, or misaligned doors. There was just one smashed window. The house was completely disorganized, with soiled footprints covering every available space. Unexpectedly, Ms. Johnson was arrested for fraud the following day. What specific details led the police to conclude that Ms. Johnson's claim about the stolen necklace was false, ultimately resulting in her arrest for fraud? Are you ready? The solution is as follows. The glass was shattered from the inside, and the police were certain that Ms. Johnson had lied to them. Glass fragments would have been scattered across the floor of the room if it had been broken from the outside. All right, let's move on to riddle number 3. On the first day of the school year, a geography teacher was murdered. The police had as many as 4 suspects. They were the gardener, the math teacher, the coach, and even the school principal. Yeah, I vote for the principal. Now the sticking point was that they all had alibis. The gardener was cutting bushes. The math teacher was holding a mid-year test. The coach was playing basketball. And the principal was in the office. Despite this, the killer was arrested immediately. Can you guess who killed the geography teacher and how the police solved the mystery? You have 10 seconds to find the answer. 5 seconds left. The killer was the math teacher. According to his own words, he was holding a mid-year test. But the crime happened on the first day of the school year. He needs to learn how to lie better, don't you think? Number 4. A lonely man. A lonely old man lived in his house in the suburbs of the city. He led a quiet life. Perhaps he was a homebody, as he never left his dwelling for long. It was a midsummer Friday when the mailman walked by and called out for the man. There was no answer coming from inside the house. The mailman looked into the window and, oh no, saw the man unconscious. Policemen arrived. They found Tuesday's newspaper, 2 bottles of warm milk, and 1 bottle of cold milk. The next day, the killer was arrested. Do you know how the police found out who it was so quickly? Write your answer in the comments. Are you ready? It was obviously the mailman. He knew that no one in that house would read a newspaper on Wednesday or Thursday. That's why he came only on Friday. Number 5, Jailbreak. Are you prepared for the next intriguing puzzle? Larry is put in a cell with no floor made of dirt and a single window that is too high for anyone to reach. A shovel is the only object in the empty cell. Larry isn't going to get any food or water anytime soon, even though it's hot and dry there. He had just 2 days to escape from custody. He will perish otherwise. We are aware of your initial thoughts. But no, it is not feasible to dig a tunnel because it will take longer than 2 days. How then should Larry break out of the cell? What do you suppose? Remember that you can pause the video to give yourself extra time to respond. 5 seconds left. Here's the solution. As it happened, Larry's escape proved to be quite easy. Using the shovel, he had to create a mound of earth beneath the window, scale it, and get out of the jail. Who, in all honesty, locks up convicts like this? Number 6. Frozen windows. Once on a cold winter day, a tragedy happened. John found his friend dead in his own house. John called the police and said he was just passing by Jack's house when he decided to drop by to see him. He had been knocking and ringing the bell for a long time. However, all was silent. Perhaps Jack wasn't at home, but John could very well see the light in the room through a frozen window. He breathed on the icy window glass and saw Jack on the floor. Unexpectedly for John, the police arrested him as the main suspect. Why? 10 seconds to go. Only 5 seconds left. Obviously, John hadn't thought his legend through. He wouldn't be able to unfreeze the window glass because it's usually icy on the inside. And finally, number 7, chemical substances. A famous chemist was murdered in his lab. There was no evidence found except for a piece of paper with the names of chemical substances on it. On the day he was murdered, the chemist had only 3 visitors: his wife Mary, his nephew Nicholas, and his friend Jonathan. The police arrested the murderer right away. How did they know who it was? A little hint: pay closer attention to the note. The answer is hidden in the note. This piece of paper had a clue. If you combine the short names of the chemicals on the paper, you'll get a name: NiColas. Even dying, this is a real chemist speaking. Speaking of chemists, here's one for you. Johnny was a chemist's son, but Johnny is no more. For what he thought was H2O was H2SO4, which is, of course, sulfuric acid. Oops. Well, did you manage to solve these detective riddles? Did you? Wow, if so, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to stay updated on our latest videos. I wish you a fantastic day and hope to see you soon.